everybody, this is Leanne from Atlas. I want to talk with you all about the self-care guide that you can find on all of the buses. On most of them, it's going to be here in the jockey box. It's a blue binder. If it's not in the jockey box, it may also be in the lunch box behind the driver's seat or up above. So if you don't find it here, check those other two places. If you still can't find it, please let Atlas know. We'll make sure that a new one gets put into that coach. If you would like to have access to this, and maybe you don't find one at all the coaches or whatever, maybe you want to do some stuff at home, you can scan this QR code that's on the cover here. That will take you to a digital version which you can save to your phone or other device. Another thing to note is that we have a little QR code on the front inside cover. If you scan that guy, you can fill out a discomfort check-in, and we will get back to you with a list of personalized stretches or exercises to try to make yourself more comfortable.
Okay, everybody, make some room to follow a video demonstration of a few exercises from the self-care guide. Some things to remember. Stop stretching immediately and alert your supervisor or Atlas provider if you experience any sharp pain. If you are unsure if you can complete the stretch safely, please do not attempt and contact your Atlas provider. Stretch the point of comfortable tension. Make sure to move in and out of the position slowly and do not strain or bounce when stretching. For each of the stretches, continue alternating either sides or directions until the slide changes. Let's get ready to stretch. Our first one is going to be some arm circles. So you're going to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Start bringing your hands in a clockwise motion, and then you're going to go in the opposite direction, 3 of each. Next will be a back extension. So you'll stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Place your hands on the hips or the small of your back. Push your hips forward and through while leaning straight back with your trunk. Next will be a calf stretch. So you'll use a solid surface like the wall, the desk leg, or on the bus, the jockey box. You'll put your heel on the floor and the balls of your feet up against that solid surface. Start with your legs straight and then slowly bend the knee. Our next stretch will be chin tucks. So you'll stand with your head nice and relaxed. You'll think about sliding your chin straight back in space like a drawer, and you should feel a gentle stretch in the back of the neck. Next will be a crossbody stretch. So you'll take your arms, stick it straight out in front of you, and then bring it across your body. And then use that opposite hand to provide a little bit of extra pressure, and you should feel a gentle stretch in the back of the shoulder. Next, we have some upper body rotation. So you'll stand with your feet shoulder width apart, reach forward as far as you can with your left hand, and reach back as far as you can with your right hand, and then rotate sides slowly. Next is a hip flexor stretch. So you'll take a big step backwards, bending both knees, push your hips forward in space while reaching straight up overhead. Should feel a gentle stretch in the front of the back hip. Next will be some marches. So lifting your knee up as high as you can in the air, using that the opposite side hand to help balance, marching in place. Next will be some neck rolls. So taking your chin, go all the way off to one side shoulder, roll your chin down and across your chest to the opposite side, and then return to the starting position. Next will be some shoulder rolls. So bring those shoulders up as high as you can towards your ears, push them down and back towards your back pockets, and then roll them back forward. Do 3 going backwards, and then reverse directions and go forwards 3 times. Next will be some windmills, standing with feet about shoulder width apart. Reach those hands straight out to the side, and then touch opposite hand to opposite foot. If you're unable to reach your foot, use your knees instead as a guiding point. Next will be a forearm stretch. So extend that arm straight out in front of you. Use your opposite hand to provide a little bit of additional pressure to the forearm. If that's too much of a stretch with the elbow straight, you can also keep your elbow slightly bent. Take a quick break and we'll get ready for round 2. We'll start off with those arm circles again. 3 times coming forwards and then 3 times going backwards. Next is the back extensions. Feet about shoulder width apart, leaning straight back with those shoulders, pushing the hips forward. Back to the calf stretches, up against a sturdy surface. Keep your heel on the floor and the balls of the feet up against it, starting with the leg bent and then slowly bending the knee. Back to the chin tucks. So remember, think about your chin like a drawer that you're sliding straight back in space. You should feel a gentle stretch in the back of the neck. We'll go back to the crossbody stretch. So remember that other hand is providing just a little bit of overpressure to get a nice gentle stretch in the back of the shoulder. Back to the upper body rotation, reaching as far forward as you can with one hand and as far back as you can with the opposite, and then switching sides, alternating each time. Next will be the hip flexor stretch. Take a big step backwards, reach straight up overhead, and push those hips forward. Feel a gentle stretch in the front of the hip. Now that we're a little bit warm, we can go a little faster with these marches. So think about driving those knees and toes as high into space as you can, using your opposite arm to help balance. We'll do the neck rolls next. So taking that chin all the way off to one side, roll it down and across your chest and over to the other side, and then come back to the starting position. We'll do 3 big shoulder rolls in each direction. Thinking about squeezing those shoulders as close to your ears as you can get them as they come up, and as far down towards your back pocket as you can in the opposite direction. We'll do a second round of windmills. Feet about shoulder width apart, arms straight out to the side, reaching opposite hand to opposite foot. Remember, if the feet are too far for you to reach, you can use your shin or your knee as a guiding point. And for our last stretch will be the forearm stretch. So arms straight out in front, using that opposite hand to pull back on the hand and provide a gentle stretch. If it's too much with the elbow completely straight, you can also gently bend the elbow. Thank you for taking the time to warm up with us. We hope you will use the self-care guide to stay healthy and ready for work. If you have any questions, please contact Atlas at 425-551-8862 for text or calls, or ctatlasIPS@gmail.com. Or, of course, you can stop by the EMC at MCOB or the HRC at Cascade.